Have you ever opened a bag of chips, eaten a few, and suddenly realized that half the bag is gone? Or downed way too many bowls of cereal without realizing it? That's not always a willpower problem. A lot of ultra-processed foods are actually designed in a way that makes them very easy to overeat. They're usually fast to eat, calorie-dense, highly flavorful, and not very filling for the number of calories that they contain. So today we're going to talk about what ultra-processed foods are, how to spot them, why they're so easy to overeat, and what you can do without feeling like you have to eat perfectly. I'm Dr. K. I'm a pharmacist and a clinician who works with patients directly on weight loss, hormone health, and metabolic health. My goal is to explain these topics in a practical, evidence-informed way so that you can make more confident decisions about your health. All of my sources are cited in the description down below. Remember, this video is just for education only, and it isn't personal medical advice. If you have concerns about blood sugar, weight, hormones, or your diet, work with a qualified healthcare professional who can evaluate your specific situation. Now, let's break it down. So first, what is an ultra-processed food? A simple way to think about it is this. Ultra-processed foods are foods made mostly from ingredients, additives, or industrial techniques that you wouldn't normally find in a home kitchen. That definition actually comes from the NOVA food classification system, which looks at foods based on how much processing they go through and why they're processed. Now, processing itself isn't automatically bad. Frozen vegetables, Greek yogurt, canned beans, olive oil, and homemade bread are all processed in some way. The concern is with foods that are several steps removed from the original food and built mostly from refined starches, added sugars, oils, flavorings, colors, emulsifiers, preservatives, and a lot of other ingredients that may make them taste really good, last longer, and go down very easily. That's the key point. They're not just processed, they are often engineered. How do you spot an ultra-processed food? Well, the easiest place to start is the ingredient list. If the ingredient list has a lot of things that you wouldn't normally cook with at home, that's a clue. Things like modified starches, hydrogenated oils, artificial flavors, emulsifiers, corn syrup, maltodextrin, gums, and protein isolates can all be clues. That doesn't mean that one ingredient automatically makes something dangerous. It just means you should pause and ask, is this mostly real food? Or is this more of a food product? Common examples include sugary cereals, chips, soda, sweetened drinks, snack cakes, candy, fast food, instant noodles, packaged cookies, crackers, pastries, and many frozen meals. And I want to be practical here. Not every ultra-processed food is the same. A higher protein frozen meal isn't the same as a soda or snack cakes. But as a pattern, the more your diet is built around ultra-processed foods, the easier it becomes to overeat without feeling fully satisfied. The research on ultra-processed foods isn't perfect, but the pattern is pretty consistent. Higher intake of ultra-processed foods has been associated with higher risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, metabolic problems, and other negative health outcomes. Now, a lot of that research is observational, so we have to be careful. Observational studies can show patterns, but they don't always prove cause and effect. But there was a very interesting controlled feeding study from Kevin Hall and colleagues. In that study, adults stayed in a research environment and were given either an ultra-processed diet or an unprocessed diet. The meals were matched for things like calories, sugar, sodium, fiber, fat, and carbohydrates. But on the ultra-processed diet, people naturally ate about 500 more calories per day and gained weight. On the unprocessed diet, they ate less and lost weight. That tells us this isn't just about sugar, carbs, or fat. The structure of the food itself matters. This matters for kids too. Kids and teens who eat a lot of ultra-processed foods have been linked with higher risk of weight gain, obesity, increased body fat, and early warning signs of problems with blood sugar, cholesterol, blood pressure, and long-term heart health. So why are these foods easy to overeat? Well, there's 4 big reasons. They're not often very filling, they're calorie dense, they're highly rewarding, and they can reinforce cravings. So let's start with fullness. Satiety is the feeling of being full and satisfied after eating. A lot of ultra-processed foods are high in calories, but low in the things that help you feel full, like protein, fiber, water, intact food structures, and other things that help to improve their volume. Think about the difference between eating an apple and drinking apple juice. The apple has fiber, chewing, volume, and structure. Juice just delivers sugar in a really fast way without the same fullness signal. That same idea applies to a lot of ultra-processed foods. They deliver calories quickly, but they don't always deliver fullness in proportion to those calories. The next issue is calorie density. Calorie density means how many calories are packed into a certain amount of food. Whole foods like vegetables, fruit, potatoes, beans, lean protein, and Greek yogurt usually give you more volume for fewer calories. Ultra-processed foods often do the exact opposite. They pack a lot of calories into a small amount of food. It's not hard to eat 600 calories of chips, cookies, crackers, or fast food, but it's much harder to accidentally eat 600 calories of broccoli, chicken, berries, and potatoes. And then we add food engineering. A lot of ultra-processed foods are designed to hit what I like to call the keep eating button in our brains. This is where the term hyperpalatable foods comes into play. Hyperpalatable foods are foods that combine ingredients like sugar, salt, fat, refined starches, textures, and flavors in a way that makes them unusually rewarding. That's why it's easier to overeat chips than a baked potato. It's not because you're weak. It's because the food has been built to be easy to eat, fast to eat, and rewarding to eat. Crunch, texture, sweetness, saltiness, and the way the food melts in your mouth all matter. And when a food is soft, low fiber, high calorie, salty, sweet, fatty, and easy to chew, your body may not register fullness quickly enough to stop you from overeating. Insulin and dopamine are part of this too. When you eat a lot of refined carbohydrates or added sugars, blood sugars can quickly rise, and insulin rises to bring it back down. That's normal. Insulin's necessary. But when that pattern happens over and over again, especially with excess calories, low fiber, low protein, poor sleep, low muscle mass, and weight gain, it can contribute to insulin resistance over time. And when insulin levels are high more often, the body tends to spend more time in what I like to call fat storage mode. Check out my video on insulin resistance if you want to learn more. Link is down in the description. Dopamine is involved in reward, motivation, and reinforcement. So while insulin is dealing with a quick hit of sugar and excess energy, dopamine is saying, "That felt really good, let's do that again." And if the food doesn't provide enough protein, fiber, volume, or slow digestion, your fullness system may not be strong enough to say, "We're done." And that's a really tough combination. And that's why cravings can feel so frustrating. It's not just that you like snacks, it's that these foods can create a pattern where your brain wants more. Your blood sugar may be moving up and down very quickly, and your fullness signals aren't strong enough to shut the process down. So what are we supposed to do with this information? First, don't panic. You don't need to throw away your entire pantry or eat perfectly starting tomorrow. The goal is better patterns over time. Start with 3 things. Number 1, read the ingredient list of anything that you're buying. If the first few ingredients are mostly sugar, refined starch, oil, or ingredients that you wouldn't normally cook with at home, that food probably won't be very filling. Number 2, prioritize protein and fiber. If you're having crackers or cereal, pair them with something more filling like eggs, tuna, cheese, Greek yogurt, berries, oats, or chia seeds. That doesn't mean you can never eat crackers or cereal ever again. It just means you're building the meal or snack in a way that helps your body feel more satisfied. Number 3, make the better option a lot more convenient. Don't rely on willpower alone. If a food is engineered to be easy to overeat, keeping large amounts of it around the house and expecting yourself to just be disciplined isn't always a fair fight. Buy smaller portions. Put tempting foods out of sight and keep higher protein, higher fiber foods easier to grab. Because when you're tired at 8 p.m., your brain isn't looking for a nutrition lecture. It's looking for convenience. So make the better option convenient too. So here's the big takeaway. Ultra-processed foods are easy to overeat because they're often calorie-dense, low in fiber, low in protein, fast to eat, highly flavorful, and engineered to be rewarding. That doesn't mean one cookie is going to ruin your health. It just means that these foods probably shouldn't be the foundation of your diet. So instead of asking, how do I never eat these foods ever again? A better question is, how do I make real, filling foods the foundation most of the time? That's where progress happens, not perfection, just better patterns repeated consistently. Thanks for breaking it down with me today. I'm Dr. K, and if you found this helpful, give the video a like, share it with a family member or friend, and subscribe to the channel for more health topics broken down. And let me know down in the comments what topic you want me to break down next.